Hi, this is Dr. Cairns. Welcome to week 4 of Managing Teams in Conflict. Time's flying when you're having fun, and that's something that each one of you had this past week as you engaged in 42, the Jackie Robinson story, and a case study. As I look at that, I'll just make some general observations and I'll have some specific feedback for each one of your groupings, so your team groups, as you work together. But I could already, as I was perusing, looking through and reading your comments, seeing that there was a lot of creativity that took place, also a lot of insightful, thoughtful analysis, which I will look forward to reviewing myself and giving you some background information and feedback as well. But also I want to just commend you for engaging with each other, taking an interest in what each other did, and making notes and comparisons to your observations as well as your colleagues. I think you see there's a lot of richness in doing that, and a lot of gained knowledge that you have, and a whole lot of learning that takes place. So I really appreciate that exchange that you had in the forum discussion, and would encourage you to continue to do so. This week's forum discussion will actually jump into more creativity on your part by doing a little bit of analysis on your own creativity and looking at how to engage and be even perhaps more creative than we even think we are. So that'll be this week's discussion, and I look forward to seeing that as well. This week in your readings, you're going to read chapters 4 and 5 in mixed company, and you're going to be looking at developing teams as well as leadership roles. And one of the areas that you're going to look at is one of my favorite aspects of managing teams in conflict. And this, I would say, is foundational, and I would encourage you to review this model and take notice of it, because you're going to see it a lot in a variety of different places throughout your own career and your own interactions with people, and that is group polarization effect. And as you can see by looking at the definition, and you'll be looking at this in more detail in your text, I'm not going to go through every aspect of it, but what it does is looks at the engagement of groups, and where they call it risky shift phenomena, where there's a tendency for people to make more extreme decisions when in a group. Also, we're influenced by others in a group to either take more risk or not take risk. And so you'll be looking at persuasive arguments theory. What's the impact of that, where someone in a group you may respect, or they may be more confident, and individuals will tend to be persuaded as a result of things that are said. And sometimes we see that engagement in a jury trial. And so 12 Angry Men, for example, will be an example of persuasive arguments theory. And then we'll look at social comparison theory, and that's where everybody wants to fit in. It's a desire for acceptance. And so from that, that I may put aside my own personal feelings and try to go along with the group. And then if we add some competition, layer that in, what does that do to group cohesiveness and intergroup conflict? So group polarization effect, as you do your readings this week, just keep this in mind. Again, this is foundational as far as I'm concerned. So as you think about managing teams in conflict, this is a particular model, a process, an effect, a theory, principle, whatever you want to layer on, that I would say you'll see this often, and you need to be aware of it. So my Dr. Cairns Weekly Chronicle, just to continue to let you know, I daily make mention of you in my prayers. My desire as we continue to move forward in this class, in your faith integration readings as well, to just allow God to speak to your heart in some aspect of this class, whether it's personally, professionally, or spiritually, whatever you may need. It's my prayer that God amazes you this semester. Also, I just mentioned briefly this week you'll be looking at the Creativity Forum, and through the eyes of IDEO, a creative think tank company in San Francisco area. So you should have some fun with that. And then also remember our roadmap, where we're going, how we're going to get there. And we've got a couple destinations. In week 6, we'll have a forum discussion where there'll be more group activity associated with that. You also are working on developing a group team study paper that you're going to work together in groups to do of a group. And so don't be confused about that assignment. Make sure you understand it completely. And then also our cooperative exam where you'll have a choice, and you'll also have the opportunity to do that in whatever size group you would like. So remember, the virtual classroom never sleeps. This is our roadmap: student outcomes and expectations. This week, chapters 4 and 5, as you develop teams, look at developing how to develop teams, goal setting, the 4 C's, as well as looking at leadership roles and what's it like to become a leader. What kinds of behaviors might you need to have? So with that, thank you for making this a fun week. I'll get back to you with feedback specifically on your case study analysis, but I can tell you I'm already excited to read them. It's going to be fun for me, and I look forward to giving you some feedback for continued improvement.